diamonds are forever. They are all I need to please me. They can stimulate and tease me.
Welcome back, dear listeners, to another fabulous episode of The Diamond Consumer. I'm your host, Miss Diamondz, and today we're diving into the dazzling world of diamond shapes and cuts. Now, I know what you're probably thinking. Oh, I know diamonds. Round, oval, princess. But trust me, there's much more beneath that glittering surface than you might realize. Today I'm here to break down diamond shapes in a way that'll make you feel like a true diamond connoisseur. Buckle up, because we're about to explore these sparkling beauties from their history to their modern day sparkle. And of course, I'll be dishing out some expert tips on what to look out for when buying. Let's start with the basics. You might already know that diamonds are categorized by shape, but did you know that there's an entire subcategory called fancy shaped diamonds? Yes, because if a diamond is already fancy, it has to be extra fancy. But the categorization is actually really simple. There's the category of round diamonds, and then there are the fancy shaped diamonds. That is, the category of all non-round shaped diamonds. Easy, right? But now, let's do a quick rundown on other terms you'll need to know. Fire, brilliance, and scintillation. These are the three core elements that give a diamond its sparkle. The better the cut, the more these qualities shine through. And then there's the bow tie effect, which sounds like something you'd wear to a fancy dinner, but in the diamond world, it's a dark patch in the middle of certain cuts, like ovals and pears, that blocks light and ruins the sparkle. Now, let's talk cut. You'll hear a lot about cuts like brilliant and step cuts. For example, round diamonds are typically brilliant cuts with 58 facets. Fancy speak for many tiny surfaces that help bounce light around. Step cuts, on the other hand, are usually seen in rectangular stones like emeralds and radiance. These have straight facets that resemble steps. But let's leave the technical details for the gemologists and focus on what you, the savvy shopper, need to know. Let's begin with the classics. The 10 most popular diamond shapes for engagement rings. These are timeless, beautiful, and definitely deserve their moments in the spotlight. Ready? Let's go. Round, the monarch of diamonds. Round diamonds are the undisputed kings of the diamond world. If diamonds were a royal family, the round cut would definitely be the monarch. They're known for their brilliance and sparkle, which comes from their 58 facets. Those are the tiny surfaces that help light bounce around and create that dazzling effect. This cut was perfected by Marcel Telkowski in 1919, using math, yes math, to maximize its sparkle. Round diamonds are perfect for those who want a classic look with maximum shine, but they can be a bit pricier due to their high demand. Pro tip: round diamonds are the most popular and thus the most expensive per carat due to their cutting complexity. But if you're all about brilliance, this is the way to go. When we talk about the round shape, it's important to mention the cut itself, which is often described as either brilliant or step. The round cut, as you might have guessed, is a brilliant cut. But what's the difference between a brilliant cut and a step cut? Well, a brilliant cut features facets that are designed to maximize sparkle and brilliance. These cuts focus on capturing and reflecting light through many angled facets, and this is why round diamonds sparkle so spectacularly. On the other hand, a step cut has broader, flatter facets that resemble steps. Think of an emerald or Asscher cut. Step cuts emphasize clarity over brilliance, creating a mirror-like shine. These cuts don't have the same light dispersion as brilliant cuts, but they offer a more elegant, subtle kind of sparkle. So, when shopping, you might want to consider the brilliance you're after when choosing between these types of cuts. Oval, the elongated beauty. Ovals are not just for grandma's brooch anymore. They're making a major comeback. Their elongated shape is perfect for making your fingers look longer, and for the same carat weight, they tend to appear larger than round diamonds. They shine just as brightly, but there's one catch: the infamous bow tie effect. That dark patch in the center of some oval cuts can diminish the sparkle. If you're looking for something elegant and unique, ovals are a great choice, but make sure you inspect that sparkle closely. Pro tip: the oval shape is a great choice for someone who wants a bit more unique sparkle but still craves that round diamond brilliance. Cushion, the pillow of sparkle. Cushion cuts have rounded corners and a chunky, old-school feel, making them both classic and cozy, kind of like the pillow on your couch that you can't help but snuggle. They come in different faceting styles too. Some are more crushed ice, while others are chunkier. This cut has been around since the 1800s, originally known as the old mine cut. It's an excellent choice for someone who loves a vintage vibe with a ton of fiery brilliance. Pro tip: cushion cuts tend to be less expensive than rounds of the same carat size, but the sparkle can vary depending on the faceting. Look for one with a good balance of brightness. Also, the larger facets may show inclusions more easily, so it's important to go with a high-quality stone. Radiant, the best of both worlds. The radiant cut is like a hybrid car, combining two different worlds and creating something special. It's got the elegance of a step cut, like emeralds, but the sparkle of a brilliant cut, like round diamonds. Created by Henry Grossbard in 1977, the radiant cut is known for its fantastic light dispersion. If you love the sleekness of emeralds but want a bit more brilliance, this is the perfect choice for you. Pro tip: radiant cuts tend to be more affordable than rounds because the cutting process is less complex, but they still have the sparkle you crave. Emerald, sleek and sophisticated. Emerald cuts are sharp, clean, and elegant. These diamonds don't have the same sparkle as brilliant cuts because their facets are flat and rectangular, giving them more of a mirror-like shine. The emerald cut has been around for centuries, and it really gained popularity during the 1920s and the Art Deco period, where symmetry and clarity were the main goals. The modern emerald cut shines in its own subtle, sophisticated way, perfect for someone who loves sleek and understated glamour. The emerald cut dates all the way back to the 1500s, and it's truly timeless. Pro tip: emerald cuts highlight clarity over brilliance, so when choosing an emerald cut, make sure the diamond is eye clean. Flaws will be much more noticeable in this type of cut. Asscher, geometric elegance. Ah, the Asscher cut. This diamond is practically a work of art. It's a step cut, similar to the emerald cut, but with a square shape and more refined lines. First created by the Royal Asscher Diamond Company in 1902, it gained popularity during the Art Deco period. With its vintage charm and geometric precision, an Asscher cut feels like you're wearing a piece of fine art. It's a great option if you love clean lines and geometric shapes. Pro tip: Asscher cuts hold more weight in the body, so a 1-carat Asscher may appear smaller than a 1-carat round diamond. Keep that in mind when shopping for size. Pear, the romantic drop. The pear cut is a beautiful blend of round and marquise cuts. It's shaped like a teardrop, and if worn with the point facing down, it's especially romantic. Pear diamonds have been around for centuries, but they gained major popularity during the Baroque period. If you're looking for something that stands out in a more delicate way, the pear is a great option. Just be mindful of the shape's tendency to chip at the tip if not set carefully. Pro tip: the pear shape can make your fingers look longer and more slender, but check for symmetry. Pear shapes that are uneven can look odd. Marquise, dramatic and bold. The marquise cut is long, elegant, and dramatic. It's often associated with royalty, thanks to Louis XV of France commissioning the cut to resemble the lips of his mistress, the Marquise de Pompadour. Marquise cuts can make a diamond look larger and more dramatic than other shapes, but the sharp ends of the marquise can be vulnerable to damage, so they require a protective setting. They are known for their vintage appeal and are often used in bold designs. Pro tip: be cautious of the Marquise pointed ends. They're prone to chipping and can get caught on clothing. Princess, bold and brilliant. The princess cut is one of the most popular fancy shapes for engagement rings. Its square shape and brilliant faceting give it a modern, edgy look while still offering tons of sparkle. However, those sharp corners, they can catch on things more easily, so make sure the setting protects them well. The princess cut was created in 1979 by Arpad Nagy, and its sharp, edgy look quickly captured the hearts of many diamond lovers. Pro tip: the pointed shoulders of a princess cut are more prone to catching on things. If you're active or worried about damage, consider a setting that protects the corners. Heart, symbolic and stunning. Heart-shaped diamonds are for the true romantics. These diamonds require a lot of cutting expertise to keep the shape crisp and the sparkle intact, but when done right, they're incredibly beautiful. Heart-shaped diamonds date back to the 1400s and gained further popularity when Mary, Queen of Scots, gifted Elizabeth I a heart-shaped diamond in 1560. If you want a symbol of love, this cut is unmatched. Pro tip: heart-shaped diamonds are notoriously tricky to cut, so make sure you choose one with a well-defined shape and symmetry to ensure it sparkles beautifully. Now that we've covered the most popular diamond shapes today, let's talk about some alternative diamond shapes. The ones that don't necessarily get as much love as the classics, but can make a major statement. While there are many different types of shapes and cuts, we're going to go over a few of the most popular alternative ones. Polka cut diamonds. These are raw, uncut diamonds, offering a lustrous, subtle glow that's different from the modern polished cuts. Polka diamonds have an antique vibe, making them perfect for someone who wants something that stands out for its vintage charm rather than modern brilliance. Rose-cut diamonds. Rose cuts are the antique darlings of the diamond world, with a flat bottom and a faceted top. These cuts date back to the 1500s and became especially popular during the Victorian era. They don't sparkle in the same way as brilliant cuts, but their vintage charm is undeniable. Trillion cut diamonds. Looking for something sharp and angular? Trillion cuts, first developed in the 1960s, have gained popularity in recent years as center stones. Their unique, triangular shape offers lots of fire and brilliance, making them a perfect choice for someone seeking a bold, modern diamond. Just a few pros and cons for this fun shape that are worth mentioning. Pros: angular, dramatic look. Works great as an accent stone or a bold centerpiece. But the cons are the sharp corners that can be prone to chipping, and the fact that they are difficult to find in larger carat weights. Other than that, trillion cuts are truly a stunning shape. Kite-shaped diamonds. These diamonds are for the truly adventurous diamond lover. With sharp, angled lines, kite-shaped diamonds are a bit avant-garde. They were first popularized during the Art Deco period and are now making a comeback among bold designers. Salt and pepper diamonds. For the quirky, unconventional consumer, salt and pepper diamonds are raw diamonds that showcase their natural inclusions. These diamonds don't shine in the traditional way, but their uniqueness and raw beauty have made them incredibly popular in recent years. Before we wrap up, I want to quickly touch on two diamond cuts that still have a place in the hearts of collectors and vintage lovers: the Old Mine cut and the Old European cut. These cuts were popular during the 18th and 19th centuries, long before the brilliant cut became the standard. Old Mine cut diamonds. The Old Mine cut is essentially the precursor to the modern cushion cut. It features a deep pavilion, a high crown, and a small table, the flat top of the diamond, giving it a rounded, more chunky appearance. These diamonds were hand-cut, and as such, each one has a unique vintage charm. Because of their distinct look, They're highly sought after by collectors and those looking for antique or vintage style pieces. The old mine-cut diamonds are often recognized by their romantic, slightly less symmetrical shape, which gives them a timeless appeal. Old European cut diamonds. The old European cut is another vintage favorite, often compared to the modern round brilliant, but with a few key differences. It has a smaller table and a deeper pavilion, giving the diamond a slightly more rounded appearance. The cut was designed to maximize light return in candles and gaslight, rather than today's electric lighting. While the sparkle isn't quite as intense as the modern round brilliant, these diamonds are loved for their old world charm and are still in demand in the vintage and antique markets. Finally, let's talk about a couple of special, lesser-known antique cuts that add a bit of flair. Portuguese and French cut diamonds. Portuguese cuts are a brilliant cut that often features more facets than your standard round diamond, which results in a dazzling sparkle. These cuts have a rounded shape, but with an intricate facet pattern that catches light in a unique way. This cut was popular in the 19th century and has recently been making a comeback in vintage-inspired jewelry. French cuts, on the other hand, are typically square or rectangular diamonds with deep, broad facets. The sharp, clean lines of a French cut give it a bold and dramatic appearance, perfect for someone looking for a diamond with presence. These cuts were often used in Art Deco jewelry, known for their symmetry and precision. Pros of Portuguese and French cuts. Both cuts have a vintage charm that appeals to collectors and antique lovers. Their unique faceting patterns help them shine with an understated elegance. And they're great for someone who wants something less conventional than the more popular cuts. Cons of Portuguese and French cuts. They're less commonly available, so they can be harder to find or more expensive. And they're not as sparkling as some of the more traditional brilliant cuts. So, what's the takeaway? When you're shopping for a diamond, don't just focus on the size. Consider the shape and cut that best reflects your personality and style. Whether you're into timeless brilliance, vintage charm, or something entirely unique, there's a diamond out there that's just right for you. That's it for today's episode of The Diamond Consumer. Until next time, stay brilliant and keep shining.